Hey everybody, welcome back. Dirty Doug here. Now I'm home in my shed. It's dark out. We blasted through our effort Friday here, and things did not go quite as planned for us. Not quite at all. Not even close. Our plan was we were coming up here with our jug of gas, and we were gonna get things. This get a jug of gas over there. We were gonna fill the tank up over here. Get the old Super Sucker 3000 kicking. As you can see, the motor's tilted a little bit back now, and I'll tell you why here in a second. Now, a mechanism for a throttle. We found a throttle cable. That was a throttle cable for this machine. Where is it? It's here somewhere. Here it is right here. It's a bit long, but it was used to run these two Zeniths right here. And these Zeniths were side by side. And I had a big mechanism in the middle of them, in between them here, and it runs both the butterflies at the same time, and the big throttle cable, push and pull, all that crap. So yeah, here's the main throttle cable that would come up and push the two. This is going to be the throttle cable for here. This mount here is already here. This mount here is off of the Zenith carburetors. That for the double, it's just going to be positioned and welded to that plate there, and it's going to come up here. And it's going to run our throttle right there. It's going to run our throttle for us. So that's with a spring on it. So that's the throttle cable. And my old buddy Nate was gearing that up. And then I was trying to do the clutch thing, because remember how the clutch was the rod when we put the engine transmission together. We never took account that the rod has a clip on it that is stuck on the thing to pull the clutch lever there. It's supposed to have that rod stuck on it, and it was wedged in between the motor and the transmission. So when I went in there to put the clutch slave cylinder on, the one that we fixed, the rod was inside and wedged sideways, and I popped it. The thing came flying out. Come to find out that thing was screwed up. Where's my light here? Let me get under here, tell you. So we had to rip the transmission out of this thing. As you can see, now this rod here, which is now clipped in there like it's supposed to be, was wedged down there against the motor. So when it got unwedged, it flew out, flew apart. Coming to find out that this was never really hooked onto the throw bearing. It has got two little blocks in there that spin, and this thing's grooved and notched, so those blocks fit into it. Plus, there's a rod behind here where you see that knob. There's a rod there, and there's a spring that clips into that rod, and to slap it all together and hold together and everything was it just would just fall apart. So we devised this tie strap. Simple idea: tie strap it to the spring back there so it can't fall. Got that clip back in, but we had to take the transmission out to do it. There's no way we could do it without taking the transmission apart from the motor, unfortunately. So that meant getting back there, unbolting everything, and found this under here too. You remember how rotten this car was? Well, there's more. There's more welding I'm going to have to do to this car, you guys. The rusty, crusty car is going to get more welding. Yep, it sure is. See, I was never under the front end. I didn't notice this stuff under here, but it's pretty rusty, crusty right there, guys. Like, there's not a hell of a lot left. All right. So our plan was we were going to get the clutch working, start it up, back the hell out of here. We had the tiny tank, we had the gas, we had everything was going in the right direction, but then all of a sudden this rod would not go, that lever would not press. So that means we had to drop the drive shaft. You can see in there, that's just flat. So it means I had to take the shifter apart and the shifting out. That was, that shifter's probably one of the hardest parts to get up in there. So I'm going to have to, now that that's all back together, I could get that transmission up in there with that shifter, and I can stick all that back together. So Nate was doing that, and he helped me take all the bolts out of the bell housing back there. That thing had a dozen bolts in it. The starter needed to be disconnected from the transmission. That had big long bolts in it. We had to work together on all this stuff. So my old buddy Nate was here. He was helping me, but I was under the car most of the time. So I was under the car the whole damn time, taking things apart. And he was up here just helping me take these bolts out. Like, so it didn't get, nothing went as planned for us, which was really, really terrible. Because I mean, we had big plans of giving her all the RPMs again today, and we were pretty excited about it. And then all of a sudden, that clutch thing didn't work out, and we had to split that. That just sets us back from we were going to drive today to we're not going to get to drive it for a little bit. We were just going to take it and take it outside and put it out back there anyways, just to get it out of the way so we have more room to swing this Econoline around and move it around in here and stuff. So I can continue to work on that. I haven't got the tires ready for that yet either. But yeah, things just didn't go as planned. We didn't make a video. It was more or less because the whole time I was just under the car, twisting bolts, turning bolts, and it was uncomfortable stuff. And so we have to apologize about our effort Friday. I didn't get to make a video with Nate, but I went down to Nate's and helped him out, and we made a video of doing stuff in his shop. So you can go over there and check out Nate's video. I mean, it's not a hour-long video kind of thing like we usually do, but yeah, today's going to be either because it's dark out now and I ran jammed all day. We had breakfast this morning. It was really good. We had people, our group show up. We have our usuals for breakfast, and that was good. And that eats up a little bit of our day too on our Friday. So yeah, as you can see, I got lots of work to do now. I can get that transmission up in there and wiggle it all up in there, and I'm gonna have to try it up on my lonesome here. Yeah, because Nate helped me enough on this. Like we didn't when we had the thing apart, we didn't notice that thing was probably not even connected to the throat bearing. It was like it was supposed to be in the first place when we put it together. So it's not like a normal motor. It just doesn't slide up in there. It's got the two little square things, and you got to line them up and slide them in two grooves, and that's how it sits there. And then it clips onto that spring behind, and then it just barely sits there. And then that rod has a plastic clip that clips on when most of the slave cylinders have the rod in the slave in itself, and you put it in against the transmission. This is opposite. So I made a few mistakes putting the motor back together on the transmission. So yeah, shit happens, right? Now we know. So it's just a minor setback from the TR7 action, and I really wish we had to get it going today and get the revs out of her, because the guys down at Places Unknown, they get the lower green Chevy running today, and they sent us a video of it running, but no RPMs. So I wish we would have had a video to send back of us with this, giving it all the RPMs that it could possibly take. And yes, so I mean that day will eventually come, but it's not going to be right away. Now, you know, things are sometimes easier to come apart than they are to go back together. Plus, there's a bunch of welding to do under there. More rusty crusties on this thing, man. Oh, damn. But I love the Super Sucker 3000. That's such a bomb thing. Nate loves it. I love it. It looks wicked on there. That end engine, that looks cool. These things here, they suck, but they came with some good parts, and they still have some good parts on them, like those things. But that's all handy for no more throttle. And like, get the throttle all geared up on the Econoline too. So the choke works all nice and stuff. So that it needs a solenoid switch. I'm gonna rob one off of another vehicle that we have stashed, and I'm gonna get this so we can start it. And I need to put a seat in it and drive it. Now that the emergency brake works, so the back brakes will work. So this can be driven now, pretty much. Just got to hook up that thing on the for the throttle. Just clip. And off she goes. I can move it around then, tires put on it. Lots of work to do. And yeah, all I can do is apologize we didn't make a Friday video, me and Nate together, but like I climbed under the vehicle and I stayed under there taking things apart, and then it was getting late in the day. We had to run around and do a few things at Nathan's place that consisted of us being outside, and it gets dark here at 5 o'clock. So we had to pitter patter and get the hell out, or to get what we needed out of off parts cars in the woods, so we could do some stuff to his car. So he has a winter car ready with winter tires on it, because it snowed here a couple of days ago, and the roads were seriously greasy when I went downtown in the morning and went down to work in the morning at Places Unknown. We did a bunch of Chevy stuff, and that Chevy truck down there, now that it's running, it's it's ready. It's almost ready to go down the road. It's pretty near done. Everything's been modified on that truck, you guys. Yeah, you go back and look in the videos, and everything's been modified on it. So yeah, so I'm happy to hear that they got that going. Congratulations, guys! I'm glad it runs nice for you. That's awesome, because I was skeptical about it because I never ever heard it run, and you would be too. I kind of used it as a workbench for quite a while, right? And yeah, so I got to take my kid to town, so I got to go in the shower and everything like that. And I feel bad looking at this right now, the way it is. Feel bad, but I'm gonna have to leave it and get back at her in the weekend. So, shout out to Rooster. Oh, buddy, thanks for messaging me in the morning and all that stuff. And shout out to my old buddy Brian. And thank God for Nate. I wouldn't know what to do without him half the time to keep me calm when I'm doing this stuff, so I don't overreact and all that stuff. So, yeah, so I mean, doing the best we can with what we got. And this is almost going to be like a burnout car too. So, anyways, yeah. So I'm a bit frustrated with it right now, but both vehicles were supposed to be going and driving one now. This one's super close. That one I just got further away. So bummer. Yeah, this is Dirty Doug. Over and out.